and her friend were in their vehicle, stopped behind a vehicle at a traffic light. Police say two men got out of the vehicle and started shooting at the women. We're told the passenger was also shot but survived her injuries.
Yeah, right. She was gonna be on her way, but I heard she would get money anyway. But at the same time, man, we just got to see as niggas or men or whatever, we got to be a little more careful when it be our daughters out here. Cause you know, my daughter got on some bull.
One night in 2022, Destiny Govan, better known by her stage name as Lotta Cash DESTO, was driving to a club with her friend. Sadly, this was the last time she would ever be seen alive.
Alright gang, now check me out. So let me do my little intro real quick. You already know what it is. It's your boy Araine TJ back again with another reaction video. And today we're looking at, you know, Lotta Cash DESTO. She got deleted. And we're trying to see how, right? So this little video is supposed to cover it all. And yeah, we already know how we do. We always, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe, drop a like, show some support. I'm gonna have him down in the description down below, original by. Let's get right back to it.
For that same night, she would be hunted down and assassinated in For that same night, she would be hunted down and assassinated in cold blood by two gunmen.
Wow.
It was the night of September 24th, 2022.
Okay.
And Memphis rapper Lotta Cash DESTO was driving from the Spire nightclub to another nightclub in Houston, Texas, where the rapper was living at the time. She had just spent a few hours at her friend Crystal's birthday celebration, and everything seemed to be going just fine as Lotta Cash DESTO sat in the driver's seat of her silver Porsche SUV next to her 20-year-old friend, Amira Hughes. At around 2:30 a.m., she stopped at a traffic light behind a four-door vehicle near the 5500 block of Richmond Avenue. Suddenly, Lotta Cash DESTO and her friend saw two armed men approaching their vehicle. Reacting quickly to the situation, DESTO pulled out her own gun as the men walked up to the car and opened fire. She was able to shoot one of them in the abdomen, but the men had more firepower than the two women in the car. During the shooting, DESTO's friend suffered multiple gunshot wounds, while DESTO herself was shot in the head. Although she fought bravely for her survival, 25-year-old Lotta Cash DESTO succumbed to her injuries. At around 2:40 a.m., Houston police responded to reports of the shooting. Upon arriving at the scene, they found the silver Porsche SUV with Tennessee plates and the two women inside it. They also found multiple shell casings from a rifle and a pistol on the ground next to the car. Although DESTO was pronounced deceased immediately upon the police's arrival, her friend had survived her wounds and was immediately transported to the hospital. She survived the incident, and her testimony was crucial for the development of the case. A short while later, police found a man suffering from a gunshot wound in the abdomen in the parking lot across the street from where Lotta Cash DESTO and her friend had been ambushed.
What? Wait, so hold on. He get hit in the crossfire, or they bust back, or like, well, not crossfire. If it was crossfire, they definitely bust back. Like, he get hit with a stray bullet or something, like, But they had to flick her up plenty for her to be, like, deleted on scene, you know what I mean? That's tragic, bro. I wonder what she did.
Police identified the man as 24-year-old Christian Isaiah Williams. He was immediately transported to the hospital, and thanks to the testimony of DESTO's friend, he was immediately charged for his alleged role in the shooting. According to the court documents that would be made publicly available later on in the case, during the interrogation, Williams gave multiple conflicting stories about what happened. After the incident, Police contacted Lotta Cash Desto's parents to inform them of the tragic passing of their daughter. They were devastated at the news, and they confirmed to investigators that Desto had kept a license plate from her home state when she had moved to Houston a few months prior to the incident. Upon receiving the news of the hit, the entire Houston and Memphis hip-hop community was left in shock at the brutality of the crime that had taken the life of one of Tennessee's most talented up-and-coming rappers. From a very young age, Lotta Cash Desto had shown an incredible amount of promise and had already collaborated with artists as big as Lil Uzi Vert, who she had become very close friends with. Although she had had more than a few run-ins with the law when she was younger, including charges for aggravated assault and driving with a suspended license, she had been completely focused on her music before her passing, and it was common knowledge in the hip-hop industry that Desto's career was about to take off. In 2022, she had released her most well-known song with Lil Uzi Vert, which has garnered over 2 million views on YouTube to this day. In the wake of her passing, dozens of big names from the music industry came forward to express their condolences for the senseless tragedy and offered their support to the victim's family. During her funeral on October 8th, which took place in her hometown of Memphis, Tennessee, Lil Uzi spoke about his relationship to Lotta Cash Desto, praising her for her loyalty and remembering how good of a friend she was to him. During his speech, he reported that while he was in rehab, she had called him every single day to see how he was doing and to give him words of encouragement to keep going in his journey of rehabilitation. Other big rappers, such as Kodak Black, also poured out tributes and praises to the late Memphis rapper on social media. Before her passing, Desto was reportedly about to sign with Kodak Black, and the two had already had conversations about potential future work together. In his tribute post to Lotta Cash Desto, Kodak attached screenshots of his direct message with her and expressed his sorrow at the fact that they would no longer be working together.
Hold on, gang. Let's read it ourselves real quick. You know what I mean? It's appreciated, bro. That mean a lot. You a legend on God. We gotta lock in. Who you signed to? I ain't signed to nobody. I just did a distribution deal with Empire, though. So what's SG, bro? I don't know what SG mean. Alright. Waiting with open arms for you. I'm ready on God. Just let me know what's the next move and I'm with it. Okay.
Amid the shock of Desto's passing, police were left in a difficult situation. Although they had Chris Williams and charged him for his involvement in the hit of Lotta Cash Desto, the passenger who had survived the shooting had mentioned that the attack was carried out by 2 gunmen, meaning one of the suspects was still at large.
Okay.
One of the reasons why it would prove to be incredibly challenging for investigators to track down the other assailant is that there didn't seem to be a compelling motive for the hit.
Right. Like
some sources claim that the incident had been a robbery gone wrong, which was a possibility considering that before her passing, Desto had uploaded several pictures to social media in which she could be seen holding huge stacks of money. However, given the nature of the crime, this was very unlikely. Robberies are usually much quicker and less notorious, especially when the suspect wants to get away unharmed.
Right.
In this case, however, Desto's car had been attacked from multiple angles by 2 men carrying pistols and rifles. Desto and her friend had been shot at multiple times each, which made it very clear that this was a targeted hit. With this in mind, police continued to search for possible motives. One theory that was investigated by detectives was that perhaps Desto's music had something to do with her hit, as she would sometimes disrespect rappers who had passed away on her songs, which is not something that the streets take kindly to. But once again, it didn't seem like that a superficial insult in a song would be enough for someone to brutally gun Lotta Cash Desto down like she was. Detectives' next lead came from a social media post several weeks after the incident, when Lotta Cash Desto's father, Hernandez Govan, posted a cryptic status on Facebook, which read, "I think I cursed you, Destiny. With my lifestyle, I apologize." Although the meaning of the message was not immediately clear, it soon became apparent that there was some overlap between Lotta Cash Desto's passing and her father's dealings, especially since Hernandez Govan had racked up a series of serious criminal charges in his past, ranging from drug possessions to multiple charges of aggravated assault. Within his long history of crime, there was one particular incident that had made Hernandez Govan a lot of enemies. In November 2021, local Memphis rapper Adolph Robert Thornton Jr., better known in the hip-hop community as Young Dolph,
R.I.P.
was gruesomely assassinated as he was leaving a store in Memphis. Although detectives and investigators hadn't officially announced a connection between Hernandez Govan and the passing of Young Dolph yet, multiple sources claim that Hernandez was the one who orchestrated the hit, a theory which seemed to be echoed by Govan's own social media post. As details about the hit on Young Dolph began to surface, it became the most widely accepted theory that the assassination of Lotta Cash Desto had been a revenge hit for her father's actions. Although Hernandez Govan was formally indicted for orchestrating the hit against Young Dolph in November 2022, it hadn't been officially confirmed if there was a connection between the two hits. The investigation continued amid the emergence of these theories, but it wasn't until March of 2023 that a second suspect was arrested in Alexandria, Louisiana, in connection with the fatal shooting of 19-year-old Jeremiah Smith. To this day, both assailants are currently being held without bond, and there's been no further updates on their trial. However, given the severity of their crimes, it's more than likely that they will be spending the rest of their lives in prison. The tragic passing of Lotta Cash Desto left a deep wound in the Memphis and Houston hip-hop community, especially since her career was about to be elevated to a completely different level when she was assassinated. Sadly, this is often the case for many rappers. Just 6 days before her passing, Desto posted on social media.
Hold on, gang. What's that Uzi said? I got too much on my mind. I got too much on my plate. I spent 200. Desto's funeral. That's an estate.
Left a deep wound in the Memphis and Houston hip-hop community, especially since her career was about to be elevated to a completely different level when she was assassinated. Sadly, this is often the case for many rappers. Just 6 days before her passing, Desto posted on social media praising the city of Houston and mentioning that it was a much better city to live in than Atlanta. It was devastating for the rap community to see Lotta Cash Desto become a fatal target in the very city that was set to see her shine. Desto leaves behind her loving parents, dozens of friends all over the country, and an entire community of rappers and members of the hip-hop community who will continue to honor her legacy in the future. Her fans were left heartbroken, wishing that they could have seen the star that Lotta Cash Desto was about to become. Fortunately, the men responsible for the hit are now behind bars, but the motive for the hit remains an unconfirmed mystery. Hopefully more information will surface in the near future to help bring closure to the Desto family and to the entire hip-hop community of Houston and Memphis.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. That's tragic. I didn't know that's what happened to Desto, and I didn't know, like, this theory. There's an interesting theory, yo, so I don't know. Let me know what you think down below, you know what I mean? And as you can see, I got a new drawing going on. I actually just did a paint, well, I've been working on this painting for a while, and I'm working on a new video for that as well, too. So sooner or later, you know, we're gonna get into it, and I'm gonna just be putting out like actual art videos. They're already started. I'm just working on them, trying to do them right for you, so when I put them out, like, you could love it, you know what I mean? So with that said, if you like the art videos to the side, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We got more content coming for you apart from just these reaction videos. Thanks again for watching today's video, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. All right, bye everybody.
Hold on, dinner. Dada, she smooth and proper. Sexy, she a me queen and me Anna. Little baby kinda cool like Dada.